Hi everybody, I've got a story for you today. And like all good stories, it starts once upon a time. Once upon a time, there was a little boy and he wanted to go out for a walk. It was a long time ago, so the little boy could go out for a walk by himself without his parents getting into trouble. But his mum still wanted him to be okay, so she packed him off with a little picnic and a jumper. Well, I'm not so sure about the jumper, but he definitely took a little picnic, and his picnic looked a little bit like this. There's some little fish, and there's some little bread rolls. The boy was out walking when he came across a crowd of people, and the crowd was sitting there listening to a man who was telling stories. Well, the little boy, he liked stories, so he thought, I'll hang out here for a little while and see what's going to happen. And the man was very good at telling stories, so the little boy sat and listened for a very long time. And it started getting really late, and the boy was getting really hungry. But he thought, well, I'm okay because I've got my little picnic. And so he got ready to eat. But the little boy soon realised that he wasn't the only person who was getting hungry. Everybody was getting hungry. Even the teacher and his friends noticed that everybody around was feeling hungry. And they were in the middle of nowhere. What are we going to do? Cried the teacher's friends. And the teacher said, go and see what food there is. But it seemed like the little boy was the only person that had come prepared. The little boy was getting worried because he didn't have much food. And it wasn't like he was from a rich family, so they didn't really have much at home either. But his mum had always taught him to share. So he looked at his little picnic and he picked it up and he took it to the teacher's friend and said to the teacher's friend, here you are, sir. I know it's not much, but it's all that I have. The teacher's friend was getting worried. He looked at the little picnic and thought, 5 bread rolls and 2 sardines, that's hardly going to feed me, never mind this whole crowd. But it's all the food that there was, and Tesco's was closed, so he looked at it and he took it to the teacher. Here you are, Jesus, he said. I know that it's not much, but it's all that I have. And Jesus said, that'll do. The boy was confused. The teacher's friend was confused. The whole crowd was confused. But Jesus carefully took the 5 bread rolls and the 2 sardines. He broke them into pieces and he gave them to the thousands of people that were sitting there. And somehow, miraculously, the thousands of people all had enough to eat until they were full. And then there were 12 basketfuls left over afterwards. Somehow, miraculously, there was far more left over than the little boy had to start with. Jesus had provided for the needs of thousands of people, but he could do that because a little boy was willing to share his little picnic. I don't know about you, but I very often feel like that little boy. I look at the little that I have, the little gifts and the little talents and the little faith and the little courage and the little knowledge, and I think I really don't have a lot to offer Jesus. Maybe you think you're not big enough or not strong enough, not wise enough, not gifted enough, not talented enough, not old enough, not bold enough, not courageous enough, not faithful enough, or just plain not enough to have anything to offer Jesus. Honestly, I feel like that myself constantly. But here's the thing. If we look at the little that we have, and if we take it to Jesus, and if we say to Jesus, here you are, Jesus, I know it's not much, but it's all that I have, then Jesus will turn to us and he'll say, that'll do. It might not seem like very much to you, but if we say, Jesus, it's yours, then he takes it and he does a miracle and he multiplies it and he uses it to do amazing things for his kingdom. Jesus takes our little gift, our little talent, our little act of love, our little word of encouragement, and he does a miracle and he multiplies it. In our hands, our little is just a little, but in God's hands, our little is worth everything. It will change lives and it will change the world.